Agrarianism stresses the importance of rural society and independent farming as opposed to urban society and paid work. Farming is considered a way of life, shaping social values. Core themes in agrarianism are simplicity, human dignity, integrity and honor, rootedness, tradition, identity, and a sense of belonging, harmony, strength, courage, and self-sufficiency, as well as cooperation between free and independent human beings, and hospitality. By producing these values, farming is seen as a model for the whole of society. Modern society in the big cities is seen as fragmented, alienated, corrupt and weak. Agrarianism is closely linked to a positive concept of manliness based on physical and mental health and strength, and on autonomy, due to direct contact with nature. Agrarianism stresses small communities. It differs from industrial farming, which specializes on certain products and has a bigger scale. An important early agrarianist was the US President Thomas Jefferson, who viewed farmers as the most valuable citizens and who wanted a nation of farmers as opposed to the big and dirty cities of Europe. Agrarianism is related to the so-called Back to the Land movement and to permaculture. The Back to the Land movement has been popular in different phases of modern history, like after World War II and during the Vietnam War. It recommends people to grow their own food, and like agrarianism, it stresses self-sufficiency, autonomy and local community. It is popular with people who want to escape modern consumerism, who are disappointed with the government and bored with a standard company career, and who seek honest physical work and want a lifestyle that promotes sustainability. Permaculture originally meant permanent agriculture and aimed at a sustainable system for agriculture. The principles were developed in the late 60s and 70s as a protest against the growing use of industrial agricultural methods. However, it soon included social aspects as well and now strives for sustainable human habitats in general, not just sustainable agriculture. The basic idea is to utilize patterns and features found in natural ecosystems. Permaculture stresses working with nature instead of against it, and using renewable resources. Central ideas are caring for the earth and all life systems, supporting people in accessing the resources necessary for their existence, and not taking more than what we need before reinvesting the surplus. Permaculture minimizes waste, human labor and energy input and takes the form of organic and integrated farming and agroforestry, meaning combining forestry and agriculture with the aim of creating sustainable land use systems. The sense of belonging, which is at the core of agrarianism and makes it so powerful and attractive for us moderns today in our big anonymous cities, is the result of several factors. Stable, long-term relationships, living in one place for years and years, and connections to the past through traditions. Plowing with horses is slow, hard, but very rewarding, Tim, an Amish man in Ohio, says in an interview. After each field we sit down and have a chat. The horses have to rest, two people plow next to each other, and the pauses give a lot of time to talk to each other. This stands in stark contrast to the modern world with its haste and stress. Tim mentions hawks flying over and birds singing. Because there are no machines, it's quiet and they can actually hear the birds when they are working. Doing it this way takes a community, all work together, and working together as a family are their fondest memories, he says. The children learn responsibility early in life because everyone is helping. Teenagers who do not grow up on a family farm are different. They have no purpose, no point in life. I am much more independent this way than if living in a big city like Chicago. Living in the city would be torture, Tim's wife Katie says. They both give an impression of being genuinely happy and of experiencing a deep meaning in their lives. What then is to make of agrarianism? As far as the small independent farmers can cope with competition from industrialized farming, which is certainly not always the case, as well as with drought, sick animals and other problems, they certainly are in a much better position than we city dwellers, most of which are lazy, effeminate and selfish. Experiencing life as utterly meaningless, they take nothing seriously and end their lives in bitterness and self-hatred. According to Stefan Molyneux, leftist politicians sitting in cushy offices have never had to deal with reality in a direct way. That's why they are uttering their random phrases about open borders and social justice. They should be forced to hard physical labor, a callous-forming manual labor job where their body parts hurt at the end of the day, he says. Trying to ignore reality in the wilderness. It's easy to be a utopian when you're not footing the bill yourself. Small independent farmers like this Amish couple in Ohio are what we once were and what we can become again. Self-sufficient, abstemious, strong and wise. Agrarianism can show us the way.